The current season is dubbed to be the season of second drivers because they are totally outperforming their teammates. Carlos Sainz, Checo Perez, George Russell, you name it, is given a whole different meaning to team dynamics. Mercedes Formula One team definitely doesn't regret their decision in signing a young, fresh driver from the grids. The team surprised us last year with their decision to replace Valtteri Bottas with a less experienced driver. George Russell was in Williams last year, but now he's promoted to be a part of Mercedes alongside seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, and now he's scored higher than him this current season of the sport. The Brit caused quite a stir recently as he jumped out of his car, risking points just to check on Zhou Guanyu, whom he hit during the British Grand Prix. Taking a look back, this is another win for Mercedes as they have spent a few months evaluating whether to retain Valtteri Bottas or promote George. Now, they're probably thinking to themselves, they've made the right decision. It was clear that George Russell was going to be part of the multiple World Championship winning team after Valtteri announced that he will join Alfa Romeo in the following season on a multi-year deal. We just couldn't wait for that, and it seemed like Lewis Hamilton couldn't too, even though he called Valtteri the best teammate he's ever had in Mercedes. It was definitely time for a guy like George to take the spotlight. He had the best season with Williams last year. We mean he's been having the time of his life since his debut with them in 2019. He's actually called Mr. Saturday because of his consistently impressive qualifying performances. He gave Williams the chance to be in front of the grid again where they originally belong. When Mercedes announced that they were going to be giving him a spot in the team as a race driver, he said, "I'm excited and humbled to be joining them next year," which is a huge career step. But it also means I'll be saying goodbye to my teammates and friends at Williams. It's been an honour working alongside every member of the team and an honour to represent the Williams name in Formula One. I mean, how humble can this guy get? Team principal Toto Wolff was definitely happy to confirm that George will have the opportunity to take the next step in his career and join Mercedes. He's been a winner in every racing category, and the past 3 seasons with Williams have given us a taste of what the future could hold for him in Formula One, he said. Valtteri did set a high bar for him, but it's nothing he can't level with upon earning more years of experience. He's the future of Formula One. But 2016 champion Nico Rosberg thinks this isn't a perfect partnership. He was a teammate of Lewis before getting replaced by Valtteri, and it wasn't pretty. Nico had to battle with his then teammate head on. They had a rivalry even though they were teammates expected to challenge each other. He says that George is phenomenal, but warns him that Lewis Hamilton hates losing to teammates. George was already on top last year. Give him Mercedes and expect a miracle. Right now, he's 4th in this season's driver standards, while Lewis is only 6th. This was expected as George has been coping better with the team's porpoising issues, while Lewis is near giving up because of them. What's great is that George Russell isn't just fast, he's also respectful alongside Lewis. Many thought that this would be a feisty rivalry like Lewis and Nico was, but Toto Wolff couldn't wish for a better pairing. The background of the new Mercedes driver is really impressive if you ask us. He's only 24 years old, but he's achieved so much already. He was already a part of the Mercedes Junior program at an earlier age and became the Formula 2 champion in 2018. At a young age, he already had his eye on the prize. Reports say that in 2014, he sent Toto a message while in Abu Dhabi for a GP3 test. They set up a meeting as George told him he would race in Formula 3 in 2015. Sadly, he didn't garner any points in his first season of Formula 1, but his days in qualifying were so successful that he earned a nickname for it. He was the most impressive on Saturdays, so he developed a reputation as one of the best qualifiers on the grid. His performance with Williams increased calls for him to be given a Mercedes seat, but he stayed put for the 2021 season. It's probably for the right choice because that wasn't the best time for him to be with Mercedes. Currently, he's one of the best drivers this season, even though the W13 has been problematic since day one. Lewis Hamilton even called it undrivable, but we don't see George complaining at it. But we don't see George complaining at all. He's only spoken about it as the director of the Grand Prix Drivers Association, another title he has. At this point, George has finished ahead of Hamilton in 7 of the 10 races this term. Lewis Hamilton's podium finish in Montreal was the first time he has topped George since the opening race in Bahrain. Then there's the British Grand Prix, where George stopped his car to help Zhou. With that, he's now known as Mr. Consistency. The British driver has been super consistent and has finished every race at the top 5 in 2022. See what happens when you give a driver like George a great car. He outperforms his world champion teammate for sure. He may have been called Mr. Saturday when he was with Williams, right? Well, we might as well now call him Mr. Sunday, because he's literally bagging each race and scoring points for Mercedes. Is he Mercedes' first driver nowadays? Reports say that Mercedes AMG Formula 1 team got the design of the 2022 car completely wrong. From being on the top in 2021, Silver Arrows have been relegated to the 3rd best team this year, or maybe even worse. Trailing behind Red Bull Racing and Ferrari for most races is obviously not where they wanted to be. The Red Bull win last year was already a loss for them. Add this and you've got a disaster. But this didn't stop George Russell from placing in front of the grid. We haven't heard a peep from him. He has never complained, not once. He won't do that unless it's their health on the line. George has also outscored Lewis Hamilton in the majority of the races this year. And now he's giving the team the hope they desperately need. He never threatened to retire or quit the race out of frustration. The Mercedes rookie has managed to up his game even more and is admittedly one of the best drivers of the sport at the moment. He's never given up, especially after seeing his teammates sulk and call their car undrivable. This man is the most sportsman-like driver we've ever seen, and that's why he's the better driver for Mercedes this season.